Hey guys, what's up? This is Luke. I am testing out my new camera. I forget what it is. It is the C922 Pro Stream webcam. So because of you guys were able to use this. So thank you guys for your support. Sorry if it seems like I'm staring down, and for the piss poor lighting. All right, so I want to try while I'm trying out this camera, trying to figure out how it works. Sorry for the glare. It's weird. I'm going to take off these glasses then. I wanted to talk to you guys a bit about my vinyl collection because why not? I thought, now I can't see. Hold, please. It's awkwardly dark in here. I need to find a way to fix that. I'm gonna move over here. Okay, this kind of helps a little bit. So, I'm gonna share with you guys my vinyl because I love my vinyl and it's really cool, and I want you to be excited by it. So there you go. All right. Just dropped a picture of Aaron's mom. I feel terrible. Tell me it didn't break. Did it break? All right. Deal with that in a bit. All right. So the first album right here. Oh, man. Look how good the quality of this camera is. I love it. 5 Iron Frenzy. Quantity is Job 1. This is actually an EP released in 1998. I bought this vinyl in 2018 through SMLXYL Vinyl. It's where I buy all my vinyl, to be honest with you guys. So you're probably going to see a recurring theme. It's a super great EP, kind of a different sound for a 5 Iron, a very mature sound. It's really good. They have probably the best song on there that I think you guys actually might like is a song called One Girl Army, and then a song called Dandelions. Actually, all the albums on here are pretty good. So if you like ska, but like not like basic ska, but kind of more like, I don't know, this is really good songwriting. So this is pretty good. I encourage you to get into this. Might even be their best, honestly. If you look at like pound for pound, all these songs are great. So again, a 5 Iron Frenzy, Quantity's Job 1. Such a pretty album. It's really cool. I love vinyl. So, like, half the reason why I love vinyl is because of like the size of the records and just be able to really dive into the artwork. Okay, prepare for some beauty, everyone. This right here is Copeland's Eat, Sleep, Repeat. This came out in 2006 when Copeland was signed to Columbia Records. This is a beautiful album cover. It perfectly captures the feel of the album. I'll try to back up so you guys can see this. It is so good. Take a look at the inside as well. Just a really pretty album. Just like a really, really pretty album. The songs are beautiful. It perfectly captures like your early to mid 20s. It's this feeling of anxiety and confusion and wonder. And I don't know. It's like, if I could show everyone, hey, this is what it sounds like to be 24, it'd be this. Copeland's Eat, Sleep, and Repeat. Some great songs off of there are Careful Now. It's basically a like letter to God, trying to understand God. And I'm Safer in an Airplane. Where's My Head? Control Freak. The whole thing is good. So I really encourage you guys, if you like Careful Now or the first song on this, you'll like the whole album. Again, this is Eat, Sleep, Repeat by Copeland, one of my favorite albums of all time. So one of the things that I've tried to do with my vinyl collection is I'm buying albums that I love. Like, these are like really important albums to me. So for example, the 5 Iron album, Quantity's Job 1, this was one of the first albums I bought. I think I bought it at a 5 Iron show. I bought like 3 or 4 other albums at one show. And I remember I listened to that whole thing on repeat after I broke up with my first girlfriend in high school. The first of many breakups with her. But which was a repeating pattern throughout my life. Go figure. So like they're not necessarily what I consider to be like the best albums of all time or anything like that, but they're the albums that are the most important to me. And then once I kind of have all of those, I don't really have a list yet. But once I feel comfortable that I kind of have the majority of those, then I'm gonna start buying more eclectic picks. But right now, this is, or just kind of like whatever. These are just albums that I really do like for a variety of reasons. Albums that are important to me for the most part. There's a few exceptions, but. This other one, this is the big one. This is the one that posted this on Instagram last week. This is probably the most important album that I've ever listened to It's Jimmy Eat World's Clarity. It's Jimmy Eat World's Clarity. Let me back up so you guys can see the whole thing. This came out in 99, I think, and or 98. I didn't hear it till 2001. This is the inside of it, just to stick with kind of what I'm doing here, kind of a weird just band thing. But man, probably, and this is like controversial, but I think you can back this up. Clarity is the most influential album of the past 20 years. Now, not on the culture as a whole, but if you were to say what album has had the most influence over music, I think Jimmy Eat World's Clarity is the answer. Not music as a whole, but I mean, basically the emo revival, not emo revival, the emo fad of the 2000s. It's because of Clarity. Those are so brand new. Who else? My Chemical Romance, Dashboard, all those bands. Like Clarity's the impetus for all of that. I mean, all of it. So you might be able to say Pinkerton as well, but I think Clarity is kind of. Mark Hoppus had a tweet like 7 or 6 years ago where he said, basically, we're all just trying to make Clarity, and I think it is a beautiful album. I heard it over the summer of 2001, and I still remember the first song, which is probably one of my favorite songs in the world, called "Table for Glasses." Those first few notes, the way it hits, the way it starts, I've never experienced. I wish I could recapture that moment, because it was just this like, oh my gosh, what is this? What is this sound that I'm hearing? I remember hearing that first song and knowing that was it. That was the kind of music I wanted to listen to for the rest of my life. Like, that was the genre. That was my genre, the one I liked. And from then on out, I was going to be into music like that. And I'd never experienced that before until that moment. Like this deliberate kind of like, oh, this, like, I found it. This is my sound. And I still adore this album. I listen to it. Not all the time, obviously, but it kind of comes and goes in waves. But when I do, I dive into it deeply. And it is one of the best albums I have ever heard. So, of course, it's an important album to me, but I think this is probably one of the few albums in my collection that is just important as a whole. So you're going to be hard-pressed to find... Oh, I think Aaron's FaceTiming. I was like, who's she talking to? You're gonna be hard pressed to find a band that wasn't influenced by Clarity, of like the emo pop punk genre of the aughts. So if you haven't heard it, I really encourage you to check it out, especially if you're into like, My Chemical Romance or any little stupid shit from the aughts. Again, there's some really great stuff like Brand New. Who else? You Mean Everything, You Mean Everyone We Know. I mean, obviously, Under Oath as well. All that stuff, very influenced by this album. If you have not heard it, I'm going on and on about it, but I really encourage you to check it out. It's so good. Okay. Next. Oh, here we go. And this will probably be the last one that I'll do, because I'm going to do this kind of in waves. So, Counting Crows, August and Everything After. This is one of those albums that I assume you guys have heard of it. Again, beautiful album. Covers as part of a... it is kind of cool inside as well. I mean, listen, how 94 is that? There's an accordion there. This is a great album. This was released in 93. So, but, come on, let's be honest. We think of Counting Crows, we think of 94. So probably the most popular song off of this is obviously Mr. Jones. So many other great songs, though. Round Here, Perfect Blue Buildings, Anna Begins, Rain King, Ghost Train, a Murder of One. Counting Crows, this is a great album to put on, get a bottle of red wine, like I have, can you see? And just hang out and listen to this. It is so good. Captures a lot of the discontent of the 90s, still holds up. This is a classic album. I didn't really get into Counting Crows, and it was until my junior year of college. Of course, I always liked Mr. Jones and their other songs, but it wasn't until around 2004 that I kind of did a deep dive into them, and then I kind of stopped. I mean, I still listened. I remember I got which one came out in 2008, but I did a real deep dive into Counting Crows in 2011, and have just continued to just be in love with them. I love this album. Again, August and everything after it's so good. If you have not heard it, I encourage you, just get a glass of wine, turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and just listen to Round Here. It really captures hopeful discontent, which is kind of weird because, I mean, if you listen to Counting Crows, it's depressing as shit. Like, it is not uplifting. But there's this, I think he acknowledges that there's goodness in the world, and he wants it so, I mean, okay, at one point in time, he actually goes, I want it so badly. And I think that's what he's talking about. Like, I adore that band. They're so good. There's a depth to them that I think is missing in a lot of bands now. For a pop rock band, because really, let's be honest, that's what Counting Crows are. They're a really good pop rock band that are just super fucking deep. And so I really encourage you guys, check that out, listen to that album as a whole, especially, I mean, so if you don't like Round Here, you probably won't like Counting Crows, but I don't know anyone who doesn't like that song. So, all right. This has been Luke shares his overflow of vinyl, or his love of vinyl. I'm not sure. Sorry. I think I'm going to call this Luke lets his love of vinyl overflow. Part 1. I've got probably about another 10 more albums to go through. So I'm just going to break these down 2-3 at a time, 10 minutes a piece. How long has this been? Okay. Yeah, this is 10 minutes. I think this camera's cool. So, all just, again, probably with better lighting, probably not though. So, all right. Thank you guys again. And I will see you, or you'll see me, and I'll hear from you soon. All right, guys. Oh, and if you haven't heard, our new episode is out. It's pretty great. Bye.